All right, welcome everybody to the live stream for Show Us Your Paddock. Now, we're supposed to have a one of the punters joining us to show and tell his Patek collection, to show us his paddock, and of course, being YouTube, the community. Very, very unreliable. So we may have to actually reschedule us for another time. And also, I'm having some technical issues with the camera. This is actually a handheld. That's right. We're doing the handheld camera today. Unbelievable, but true. But you know what? Look, since we're live, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to do the best I can over here with sometimes you gotta do the best that you can with the resources you have. Really, look, the idea of today's show is to have a show and tell. Who has the biggest paddock? Actually, we're going to do a show and tell, and of course, the punters that were supposed to show up have not shown up at 9 p.m. Eastern, but the show must go on. So I'm gonna maybe do a quickie here and wrap it up. I did a earlier video talking about the different sizes, and of course here we have the Jean Rousseau case, or actually I should say Jean Rousseau roll up, I was actually showing the differences in size between different paddocks, and yeah, the size actually does affect the watchmaking, the watch wearing experience. And certain sizes are just better. Again, like right here, we have the kind of more modern, circa 2000, 2007 travel time. This is almost, I don't know, this is 37 millimeter. Maybe it's actually a little bit bigger. Could be a little bigger. And at the same time, we have something from the 70s here, which again, beautiful, beautiful dial, incredible dial. Now, the low-life dealer who sold this to me sold it to me with the wrong crown. Actually, I think this is not the original crown. I'm gonna have to do something about this guy. Hang on a second. I think we got one of the punters. Do we have a punter joining us? Let me see here. Do we have a punter? We have Mookie. We have Mookie here. Mookie, show us your paddock. Show us your paddock. Since we don't have, I was hoping to get a couple of the paddock punters, but you know what? We're gonna have to wing it. So we have the link. It's like, here's the link. Here is the link. Here is the link. Join and show us whatever you got. We're not going to be particular. We have to keep the show going here. So anyway, back to the story here. So by the way, on the wrist, still wearing the 3940 that I have had on most of last couple of days. Question here, the 5212. What is the by the way, I'm not that good with a lot of these I'm not like, just because I'm a graduate of the Philippe Watchmaker Academy, I don't know all the references, like, and I don't keep them in the back of my head. Oh, the 5212 I'm looking at. Oh fuck, is this the sector dial? Oh god, the sector dial. Oh no, what is this? This is like some sort of monstrosity. It's a monstrosity. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the 5212. It is it's a monstrosity. I think that watch is really yeah, no, it's too busy. Hang on a second. Let me see. Can I pull it up? The problem is, and this is a very high-tech, high-quality production, and I'm standing up. I got one hand holding a camera that is not supposed to be handheld. The other hand is on the keyboard. So I don't know how I would actually do a screen share So I don't know if you want to use that link. You can use that link and do a screen share. You can join. But yeah, I saw the watch. I saw the one you're looking at. It's too messy. I think it's too messy. I think the problem with with some of the new Pateks is they're too I don't know. They're all over the map. They're too messy. They're too they're too they're too big. They're too involved. You know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show this to the punters because I need the punters to see exactly what I'm talking about. So hang on a second. I'm going to switch cameras here. One moment. Hang on a second. Okay. Stand by. Here we go. Present, share screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, can you see this? Okay, so this is what this guy is referring to, the 5212. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts about this monstrosity here. I'll tell you what I don't like about this watch. It's too fucking busy. The dial is just too busy. I mean, here it is. Okay, so now, first of all, their video is too busy. Okay, so okay, they got the movement. Yeah, I don't really care about okay, the movement, big deal. And they're trying to sell you the cufflinks along with this. So this thing is just way too busy. That's the problem. I don't know what's going on here. It's actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me take it back for a second. Let me take it back for 1 second. Let me take it back for a second, and I'll tell you what I do like about this. I'll tell you what I appreciate about it because I do have something good to say about it. I talked about it before. The thing I like about perpetual calendars is I want to see kind of where I am within the context of time, right? Where am I? Like how much time has elapsed in the year? How much time has passed? How much time before the end of the year? So I can, look, if I'm using a calendar, right? Like I'm doing business. I got plans. I got things I plan to do in April and May, whatever, right? So when I look at the dial, I can see, how much time I have before I need to do what I have to do, right? So I kind of like what they've done because if you look at it, okay, so you get the annual, you get the weeks of the year going from, all around. At the same time, you get the months of the year also at the same thing, right? So basically, you see the month and the week, and that's pretty clever. I've never seen that before. I've actually never seen that before. That's actually very interesting. It's very interesting. You know what? I take back whatever I said. The only thing I don't like is they get the days of the week in the middle over there, which is very messy. It's very messy. And they have the little date window, which is, it's kind of basic. I think they would have been better off. I don't know if you can do it. I'm not, look, when I graduated from the Patel Philippe Academy, the Watch Academy, didn't teach us these things. But I think it would be much more interesting if they did this dial, this setup, but with a window for the day and the date, and kept the weekly and the the whole monthly thing going. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Now, one thing I don't like actually, which really bothers me, I'll tell you, this really pisses me off actually, is the font. The font is crap. I mean, the font is crap. It's garbage. The font is absolute garbage. The font on this watch looks like the AP. What is it called? The Travis Barker, the Travis Baker. What is it? That new Cactus Jack. That's what it looks like. It's kind of like a handwritten. I don't know if these guys are trying to be cute. These Swiss people. I thought they were very serious, and all of a sudden they're all. Here's the thing. The problem is, look, the Germans and the Swiss, they don't have a sense of humor. None of them are funny. So the idea of them trying to make a joke is not that good. And I think they're trying to use some humor. Like Rolex is, they think they're being cute with that celebration dial, you know, with the balloons on that dial, or, you know, with the emoji thing. It's not funny. It's stupid. I mean, these people have no sense of humor. I mean, I don't know. And you know, you got AP doing with the hand. Now, here's the thing: the Cactus Jack. I kind of get it. It kind of goes with the whole thing, the hand. But here, this has no place. This really has no place. This kind of handwritten date of the date pisses me off. Oh, we got it. Whoa, we have our first super chat. The big money's rolling in. The big money is rolling in. Uh-oh. Oh my God, we got a $5 super chat. Lemon Curly, our in-house sensitive homosexual timed out. Yes. Okay. Yes, the monetization. You know, listen, I have to give all thanks to what's his name? Philippe for you know, mentioning the channel. We got a bunch of subscribers, and that kind of pushed it over the thing, which is good. Now, you know, the main thing is we're gonna have a couple things I want to do, which is I'm not on the super chat thing. It's really we're gonna have a thing I'm gonna be launching, which I think is gonna be very interesting. Which it's all for the community. It's all for the community. So it's gonna be coming up soon. It's gonna be something very interesting, which is gonna be good, and you'll see it. And yeah, baby, we got monetized. And listen, I've been talking to our investor. I had a conversation with our investor, and we're going to get all the money. All the money we're getting is going to go into buying a Lambo, and we're going to set aside some money on some $14,000 steak dinners. That is the game plan. That is our marketing strategy. Lambos, and badass sushi, and also we're going to have hoodies. We're gonna have merch. We're gonna have badass hoodies, sneakers, and Lambos. Listen, Patel is the best. I was hoping that Patel would come on and show us his Patek. I mean, I was actually hoping to have him and actually another punter. There was a couple of punters that were supposed to come on and show us their Pateks, but you know, listen. These guys are all. Yeah, they're unreliable. It's like unbelievable. It's everybody's, you know, it's unbelievable. Spaghetti Factory, yes. It is unbelievable. So, yes, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the sentiment. He's not a watch guy. I don't understand. He's not a watch guy. Why are you watching this? He's not a watch guy. What? I don't understand this. This is the craziest thing. This is the craziest thing here. Yeah, so listen, so this thing, if Philippe Stern or Thierry Stern is watching, please go back to doing what you do best, not this crap, this novelty stuff. You know, it's not working. It's not, you know, it's kind of like, what is that joke? Somebody said, what is that joke? I guess there was some movie where it says, "Hey, hello, fellow kids." You know, they're trying to be like youthful. They're trying to be like relevant. But they're not. They're not youthful. Patek is not a youthful company. Stop trying to be what you're not. It's kind of like you know, like Paul Thorpe putting on his you know, his hoodie. I mean, the guy is like 80 years old. Listen, actually, look, I gotta say, the guy looks good for his age, right? You gotta appreciate the effort. But you know what? These guys are trying too hard. It doesn't work for them. It really doesn't work for these people. And they got to go back to, you know, what they do best. Guys, I'm looking for somebody with a Patek. I want somebody with a big Patek to show us his Patek, because this is the Patek show and tell, and the punters will all vote. You know what? Like, I'll even take a tutor. Because this is a very, you know, low production quality, you know, low quality content channel. The Patek punters haven't shown up. I'll take a tutor. I'll take whatever. You listen, we gotta roll with the punches here. You know, I'll even take a shit or two. So since you made a $4.99, if you made a $4.99, actually no, I'm sorry, was it $5.99? $5 super chat. For a $5 super chat, I'll let you show us your Tissot. But I'm talking about the Tissot that's on your wrist, not your other Tissot. So I gave you the link. I gave you the link. Yes. We'll see. We're trolling for anything here. Unbelievable. Thank you. I'll even take a Rolex. Whatever you guys want to show. Okay, here we go. Okay. You are the second. But thank you. Let me see. Now, by the way, listen, Blondie, you're welcome to show us your Patek or show us whatever you want to show us. We're open. You got the link, and we are open. Again, this is a family friendly entertainment channel. So, don't let's not get into any type of a Kardashian type stuff. You can send me that privately, but on this channel, this is family friendly entertainment. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to the punter. Let me go back to the punter action here. Hopefully we'll have hang on a second. Let's go back. Hey, what's going on here? Here we go. Okay. Let me go back to no, this is a family-friendly show. You can show us your Patek naked. By the way, guys, I just want to show this. And this is like I really am hoping for like one of the real main punters to come on here, because what am I going to show you? The same fucking watches every day. Come on, this is a basic show. This is a low budget quality content. While I'm on here, I'm going to go off a little bit off topic. So we got a meteorite dial from Jacques Dro. DR. I don't know if you guys can see. Damn. DROZ. Now, here we go. Okay, so here's what's interesting. I'm going to tell you something that's very interesting that's happening with this company. So, they got the usual story for the tomato cans that they've been around, 300 years. It was originally an automaton company. They were making like automatons, like talking dolls or whatever, that talk and move around like robots, basically, in the 1700s, right? And they were making watches. They were like one of the first legitimately, they were one of the first watchmakers, like in the late 1700s. And then they went out of business, right? And you know what happens? Just like all these other companies, somebody else picks up the name. By the way, just like Langenzohn, which was a name that was just an invented name recently, right? So the same basic story, except these guys are more legit. Now, what's happened is they started putting out the watches. They were bought. It was really Swatch Group that bought them. Now, here's what's interesting. Swatch Group owns Jacques Dro. They own Blancpain. They own Breguet. They own Omega, right? And it's very similar to the way. It's very similar. I got something else somehow. Yes. The real watch enthusiasts. Where are the watch enthusiasts? The watch enthusiasts. Okay. So what happened was, so the Swatch Group is basically like VW, right? So VW, they own Porsche, Bentley, Audi, VW, and they had Bugatti, right? They sold Bugatti. But what they've done is, if you buy any of those cars, they kind of swap out parts. And that's what made, Lamborghini also. Did I mention Lamborghini? Yeah, Lamborghini. So if you look at the Audi, what is it? The SUV, the Audi SUV, the Lambo SUV, that's the Urus, the Bentley, and the Volkswagen, they're all the same basic cars, right? The platform is the same, but, the interior, they make it look like the brand, right? They make it look like the thing, right? Which makes things more efficient. And basically what it means is when you get the Jacques Dro, you're kind of getting some of the better technology. You're getting the better technology. You get kind of getting the best practices. I think that's the way I would call it. And that's what these Swiss are good at. They're good at, creating these kind of efficiencies of scale. Incredible finishes. Anyway, let me get to the story. The bottom line here is what's happened is, the punters were not buying their watches, right? The punters weren't buying the watches. So Jacques Dro, and these things were going for like, anywhere from 8 to, I don't know, a couple of $100,000 for some, for some more exotic models with automatons and all that, right? But the punters weren't going for it, except in Asia. The Asians were all over it. And these, by the way, are limited editions. Yeah, whatever, limited edition. But this actually, they do this in 88 pieces. So that's, I wanted to get a Rolex Meteorite dial. I couldn't get one. And, I told you guys the story. What happens is like, it's kind of, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I ended up buying this. But what's happened is because the punters were not buying off the rack, they made a decision to go fully bespoke only. So what's happened is now HIJACKS is only making bespoke watches that are going to be 6 figures and up, right? So they're basically, and they're very high tech. It's kind of like a Richard Mille, excuse me, right? They're doing like the Richard Mille type of thing, right? And what that means, I believe, again, for all of you speculating punters, what that's going to mean is I believe there's going to be a demand for the older bespoke watches. That is what's going to happen. Okay, we got another super chat. Grown. Mookie, this is actually a very interesting point. I was going to bring this up. At one point. I'm going to go back to you in just 1 second. I'm going to go back to you in just 1 second here. Hang on a second. I'm just going to. The Ellipse white gold is no, it is not. It's a sunburst dial. It's a sunburst. It's gold. It's gold sunburst dial, and it's really, I don't know why, but they're all a little bit different. So they're all a little bit different. Now I have the older Ellipse, not older, but they're all. I don't know if you can see. Look, this is, again, I don't have, look, I was going to have Steven Spielberg come in here and, run the cameras, but he's not available today. So I'm doing a handheld operation here. So, this is as good as it's going to get. No, so these are basically, again, it's, I think what really makes the Patek dials work is, they use gold on the dial. It's a full gold dial. That's why they have that Swiss. What's that symbol for full gold? All that nonsense. That's what it is. Sunburst. Yes. Okay. Let me go back to Mookie's question. Hang on a second. Let me just go back to this, and let me go back to. Hang on. Sure. Let me go back. Wait. Hang on 1 second. Stay with me here. I'm going to put up this. Our old slide. I'm going to put our old slide on the thing here because the camera is not cooperating. Can you hear it? Is this on? Is the camera on? Is the mic on? Is the mic on? Wait. Is the mic on? Yes, his mic is on. Okay. Yeah, listen, it's a fascinating thing, Mookie, that you're bringing up, which is what is with all the punters. You got these, not even punters, these wankers. They're all showing you their little figurines and their dolls in the background. I noticed this. It's kind of like a weird thing. I noticed this, with, what's his name? The guy with the Dirty Sanchez mustache now. Was it TPG? I saw one of his videos recently. Now, listen, I got to say, the guy has great production value. He puts a lot of time into editing his videos. He's, the guy's delivering the goods, right, in terms of the production value. Content, well, actually, it's well scripted. It's nice. I mean, it's a lot of bullshit. It's ultra pretentious. With the whole thing with my ancestors. He's showing you pictures of some guy. He bought a photo album, a Victorian photo album, and he's like, he found a picture of a good-looking guy from the 1800s, and now he's claiming that that's like his great grandfather, some aristocrat that passed down some bullshit with fake. Hey, hang on, we got a punter. We got a punter in the house. Hang on, we got a punter in the house. Marcello is in the house. Marcello,
hello. How are you doing?
Konnichiwa.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, the punters can hear you.
Sometimes I have a problem in this phone. The voice doesn't pass through. I just woke up now. 11:30 in the morning, pretty much late, just because I slept very late yesterday. But I saw you live and I jump on.
Okay. Ohio gozaimasu.
Hayo gozaimasu.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for joining. By the way, thank you for letting me on your thing yesterday with Patel Philippe. You know, and listen, we were just talking. We got Mookie saying, Marcel, what do you think of all these punters who have the figurines? They have dolls or whatever in the background. They're doing videos. Like, what is this about? These are grown men. They got like little action figures. I mean, what is this? Is this a new thing, or what is going on in the world today? What is the commentary on our society? What does this mean about the state of our society today?
Yeah, Mr. GMT, I think he collect those. Yeah, this is his thing. Don't even ask why. I don't know. But yeah, this is one thing. You know, each person, I think, in the Archieverse is a is a is a is a person by itself. Everybody have different things, you know. Ross Reddy like to walk naked in the streams. I mean, I don't know. Each person have some things, you know.
No, you know what? No, I've actually noticed. Like this is not just the Archie people. This is like a lot of different people. You know, I saw this with what is it, that TPG guy? I saw there's some other guy. There's like an older guy, an older like bald guy who he does like very in-depth type of reviews, and he's got like a Batman figure. All sorts of crazy stuff. It's all sorts of crazy stuff going on, you know. But Marcel, you know what I want to do is actually today. The idea for today is we want to show, basically it's a watch show and tell. I was really hoping to get the Patek punters to show the watches, but we don't have any Patek people in the house. So Marcel, you're gonna have to show us. You're gonna have to show us your watches. You got the meteorite. You got the meteorite. Turn the camera on and show us your meteorite.
Yes, give me a second. I'm going to show. Unfortunately, it's not Patek, like you said. Yeah, it's. I wish I had a Patek. That was one of my my early dreams, but I think they are very expensive, and I didn't have enough money to build a relationship with Patek that time. You know, I think that was the thing. But let me show you the watches. I think the watches. You're kind of lucky I have the watches with me. Usually I put them in the bank deposit, but got a little bit excited and I bring a lot of the watches with me this time. So
let me get this here. By the way, why do you need to put watches in a bank deposit when you're in Japan? It's a very safe country.
Exactly, but then you become everybody know where your restaurant is and where you are. You know, you're not
right.
Yeah, this is you study kind of a more a public figure because of YouTube. So then you want to be a little bit
right. No, I get it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right regarding regarding Japan. That's why I actually wear the watches here pretty much. You know, I feel safe wearing platinum Daytonas and the watches like that because it's so safe. You're right. Here we go.
There we go. Let's compare meteorites. By
the way,
Marcel, this is the meteorite.
Oh wow, this is amazing. You know what is interesting about the Rolex Pepsi? I don't know if you know that, but look what happened when I put the UV light. You see, you have a the red and the blue, right? Okay. Look what happened.
Oh wow. Okay.
The bezel become red.
Interesting. See, this is what this show is supposed to be about. We're supposed to be show and tell, where everybody shows their watch. So Marcel, you know what happened was I really wanted to get. I told you I wanted to get the day meteorite, right?
Wow.
And
yeah, that watch is stunning.
I wanted to get that, and all these low life degenerate, these flippers, they all pumped up the market, and the prices went bananas last year, and so basically I needed to get this meteorite thing out of my system, and that's what happened. Is so basically I walked into a store. What is it, Tourbillon, which is kind of like, I guess it's owned by the Swatch Group. They have Breguet, they got Omega, they got whatever there, and Glashütte, and this guy also, Jacques Dro, which is, I think Jacques Dro is big in like China. I think they have it in Japan also. But anyway, so I basically ended up getting this watch because you know why? The salesman was so good. And again, this is the only watch I have ever bought at retail. I've never bought a watch at retail.
You can put it closer to the camera like I do. It's still going to focus, or
no? I got a cheap camera. No. Listen, I told you, Steven Spielberg was supposed to come in and do the camera work and the production, and he's not available today. So I'm doing it myself. This is we're doing hang on a second.
See it, and they look nice.
Oh. Toyota Mo, thank you for the super chat. 5212. Wait, hang on a second. 5212. Wait a minute. Oh fuck. He had the same 5212? What is it with this 5212? Am I missing something? Hang on a second. I just need to show this for 1 second. Hang on a second. Let me go. This is interesting. I don't know. Am I missing something? I've actually never seen that watch before. I have never seen it because I think this came out. I think they started making this after I was evicted from the Patel Philippe Watch Academy. Toyota Mo, we're talking about the same watch, right? This is the watch that's on the screen right now. I've never even seen it before. I mean, it's an interesting watch. So he sold it.
No, this watch. This is
the Wait, the Exploder? Wait, the regular Exploder? Wait, we're talking about. Wait, you're talking about you're not talking about the wait, that is crazy. I don't even know. But you know what? Listen, I can see where it's going. Because it's kind of the same sensibility. I mean, it's kind of the same thing because they're both shitters, basically. The Explorer and this are basically shitters. I'm sorry, I have to be honest, Mo. I mean, just because you donate $4.99, I'm not going to hide the truth from you. I want to give you the brutal truth. I'm performing a valuable service here. These watches are shitters. I think you're better off getting, frankly, a Meteorite GMT for that money. I mean, if you sold one of these, you should be getting a Meteorite like Marcello. Hang on a second, we got Rachel.
Well,
Ross, thank you.
Yeah, this watch that you see in the stream, I think I heard about it. It came a couple of years ago. It was a Calatrava in steel. By the way, that one is steel. And it's actually a date because you have one hand's going to the date, one hand's going to the month. It's the annual analog date, analog month.
Yeah, no, the Marcello, Ross is saying you can fist him with this watch with a Meteorite.
I think, visually the Meteorite look better, I guess. I think.
Yes. Now what? Okay, so you got the Meteorite. Hold on, turn off the UV. Turn off the UV. It's like we want to see the Meteorite in the natural. Yeah, there we go. The natural light. Hang on a second.
It just the loom continue. I actually turned already off. I'm not using the UV at all. It just slowly coming down, So.
All right. So what we need to do is we need to have some punters. I can't believe we have 23 punters live, and none of these guys have either a camera or a Patek in a camera where they can join in and show us the goods. Show us the goods. Hang on a second. Let me do this. Let me zoom in on this. I don't want this to be like some sort of wanker thing here. This is like a couple of wankers showing you. You know, this is like some sort of what is that thing, Marcel? Do they have that thing in the peep shows? I remember that they closed up in the U.S., but you know those like porno theaters where guys would go like dirty raincoats, and I think the idea was not so much to watch the movies, but like how do I explain this in a family-friendly way? But to do more of a personal show and tell. I think that was the idea, and I don't think they have them in the U.S. anymore. Do they have them in Japan? Here's the chronograph.
I mean, what is funny regarding gray market dealers also in the state and in Europe is that the gray market dealers here, they are maybe even connected to Yakuza. I'm not sure, but basically they are empires. I mean, they have thousands of shops. It's like companies, is not let's say Roman Schaff and Eric watches. This is like all these great guys that we know, TPG, just combine all of them together, make one huge watch company, and in Japan you have thousands of them that have thousands of stores all over Japan.
I saw what is that? Quark? I think I saw this Quark. I think Quark has a whole bunch of stores. I saw this company Quark that they have like a whole bunch of stores everywhere.
Yes. This is one of them. There is a couple of the companies here. Is ridiculous. Is huge. You nearly can get any watch you want. I mean, of course, prices is gray market prices, but you nearly can. You can give me a list of 10 watches, and tomorrow I show you all the 10 watches. It doesn't take more than one day. You basically work. You go in probably 100 shops or something, but you get all the watches you wanted today. Everything, all the everything.
Okay. I'm gonna have to actually go again. I'm gonna have to probably go in the next couple of months. I want to go actually for the cherry blossom, because listen, you got to see that once in your life. That's the famous thing, the cherry blossom.
The cherry blossom is amazing. Now, let me show you one more watch that today they talking about being the hottest watch today, the hottest Rolex of today. So it's going to be this one. This one is the Daytona LeMans. Now, what is special about this? You're probably familiar with Daytonas, so you see this is what makes this watch so special.
Okay. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, the 24 hour. And this is not the only thing that's special. As you know, all Rolex don't have display back beside the new Platinum Daytona, right?
Yeah.
Run.
See, Marcel, this is the whole point of this channel. You see, of this show. You don't have a Patek, but this will do. This will do. Okay, so I've never seen this before. I've never seen this actually close to live. Okay, and that's a gold rotor. The whole it's all yellow gold.
The rotor is yellow gold. The watch is the white gold. The whole watch is white.
Can you, Marcel? Can you go back to Can you kind of show us the rotor or the back better? Can you put more light on it so we can see it better?
I try my best, and actually, what I can, but I also can try to do. I'm going to try to activate it.
Yeah.
For you to see how they work. So maybe I should wind it, because I didn't wear this watch like 2 days.
Nah, he showed. I didn't see it. He mentioned it. He didn't really. I didn't see the 20. He didn't show a close up. Now he's showing the close up.
Yeah. So I'm going to wind a little bit, because I didn't wear this for 2 days or something. Sorry for the technical.
Wait, but this is, hold on a second. The watch is automatic, though, right? It's automatic.
It's automatic, yeah, but I didn't wear it. So,
when you activate the chronograph,
Oh
it
yeah,
does
you know, I had like I just had a brain fart. I just had a brain fart because I saw the rotor, and now I'm asking if it's on.
yeah. So
Oh,
we're
here we go.
winding now. So here we go. Look, you're going to see. Let me be more close. Okay, you're going to see the hammer. You're going to see here. Boom. You see?
Oh, what is that?
Yeah, no. When I activate the chronograph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And here I'm going to stop it. You see the gear move?
Oh,
Stop it. And now we're going to do reset. Boom. Reset. And then activate again. Boom.
okay.
It's cool. You can see the whole movement of how the chronograph move. So you see, this is actually what is cool about that. But actually, the caliber here is different. This is the caliber 40. I think is a 42. 42 32, and
Okay.
41 32. And the new movement is actually the 4130. This is a unique movement specifically for this watch.
Okay.
So
Wait, show us Marcel. Go back to the front. Go back to the dial. Okay. So it's interesting. You know, so the big thing with this is you got a 24-hour timer, whereas the regular normal Daytona only goes to 12 hours on that left dial, right? Okay.
yes, yeah. And I have also the normal Daytona. I mean normal, actually the platinum
Okay.
Daytona. Give me a second. I'm going to put both of them in my hand.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
So the platinum
Wait,
Daytona.
zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit so we can see better. Wait, no, you got to zoom out. I mean, go back. Yeah, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the regular plat. Yeah, and this is just a black dial. It's just a regular black dial. That's all it is.
Well, there is several interesting things about this watch. First of all, by the way, this platinum Daytona is not the new one. It's a platinum Daytona that was released back in 2013 and discontinued last year. So this is still the model, and this is the new one. So this is the old case. This is the new case. They actually changed the case. The Serichrome bezel here is all the way through, and here you have a ring, you know, on the Serichrome. So it's insert. This insert. So this is one of the changes that they did between the cases. The case is a little bit larger comparing to the old one. You can see in the lugs here. The watch is a bit different. The watch changed, but this is the change in the whole lineup. What is unique about this one is that you see the indices. This is the old indices. This is the new indices. But this new indices is like the indices that used to appear in the Zenith Daytona. So this watch is very in the new line of Rolex. They actually wanted to bring a little bit historic future. So they bring a little bit the indices, the Zenith. But this
Micah is not a fan of chronos. I'm actually not a fan of chronos either. I've said before how much, you know, I really don't care for the Daytona. I don't want to say I hate it because I'm kind of growing, you know, like I kind of appreciate it because, you know, I like the case shape and I like, but you know, for me, timing, I don't need to time 12 hours, 24. I need a yacht master. I need a submariner. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the thing though.
I also don't do that, but it's just, here. And here is another free feature that this watch have. You see these little black flags on the inside the indices?
Yeah. Hang on. Show us. Where's the okay? Those are flags.
Yeah. This what appear here. This little racing flags that you see here. Okay, these flags appear in the Daytona last time. It was back in 1987. It was on the Paul Newman Daytona. So this watch is
you have elements of Paul Newman, you have elements of Zenith, you have a special 24 hours a movement that is for the racing of LeMans. And one more thing, you have the 100 in red. By the way, this 100 is in ceramic.
Oh, okay.
And this is for the 100th anniversary of LeMans. And
How
the
much?
50.
Wait, how much was that? How much you pay for that? How much was that?
I got it for retail. My retail in Japan was in November. I paid for this 6.7 million yen. And
so what is that? Dollars? Like 50?
I think 50, yeah. And then less than a month later, they increased the price to 7.4.
Okay.
This watch, by the way, this watch going now in the gray market for around 300K.
Oh wow, you're kidding?
Yeah, not kidding at all. And this watch, after it's going to be, because there is a lot, I talked to my Rolex AD, there is a lot of element that this watch going to be discontinued, and maybe it was 100 made in the world. The price might pump to 600K and maybe even later on. You know, this is the watches that I'm not going to say come to $1 million, but I'm going to say that this watch you're going to sell in Christie's or Philips. It's not a watch that you sell for gray market.
Right, right.
So this is an auction watch.
No, that makes sense. No, it's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't hold that for $1 million, but like, you know, if I'm shocked that this is 300 now. I have no idea. I don't follow the Daytonas that much, but that is that's amazing. That this is, you know, I'll be candid with you. I don't really care for the black doll. I think I mean, to me, it's kind of boring, but you know, I get the concept of that. You know, the Daytona freaks. For them, this has all those elements. You know, the flag, like Paul Newman. It's got, you know, the display, the little red. Yeah, it's got all that stuff.
I'm going to tell you something. I heard and understood the value and the value and the history of the piece. That's why I was lucky enough to get it, and I got it. You know, because it's a peanuts for the buck comparing to the value of the piece. But the truth is, I follow what you say, and I try to be selfish and not fall in love in this piece like I am with the Meteor Dial GMT and the Platona and the Smurf. It's like because I know that this is going to be the first piece that's going to go. I basically bought it more like he actually saved all my watch collection. You know, like I don't, you know,
it's basically, look, this is basically you got to call the guy who's kind of doing you a favor, and you really can't say no to this because it's kind of money in the bank. It's like, you know, it's a sure thing.
Exactly.
It's a sure thing. I mean, like,
but I don't stress so much. You know, I try to keep it mint as possible.
You know what? You know, this is like, I'm really against the concept of, you know, not wearing watches, but something like this, you know, you basically have to not wear it. You have to wear like a sweater over. Basically, yeah, you can't wear this. I like the GMT Meteorite much. I mean, the Meteorite is much better. Even the Platinum, but I could see that this thing could go for.
It stays for life. This I keep it for life. This I keep it forever. This I don't sell. This is a story. But
how often do you wear this? How often do you wear this Daytona?
Like I said, this watch is pretty new now. It's I think less than 2 months, and because I am also a YouTuber, right? So I needed to make videos of the fucker. So I needed to, you know. So I was wearing like maybe 10 times, and I'm waiting basically for when you come. So you're going to come visit me. I'm going to bring this to the shop. You're going to see it, and during that time also is the cherry blossom time. So I'm going to take tons of videos of making.
Cherry blossom.
So the thing, you know, the thing is that one day when I'm going to sell it, it's not like a proof that I used to have it, but it's like for me, you know, shit, I don't have this, but at least I can go to my YouTube library and watch 10,000 videos that I did of this watch. You know?
I know exactly what you're saying. You know, it's funny because that's actually that's how I started like on this channel. I basically, you know, like I had some watches I kind of bought and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna keep it, but you know, let me make a video that way, you know, like I'm gonna look at it later, you know,
Yeah.
after I don't
Yeah.
have it anymore. And I can remember wearing it, which was that, you know, I had that 5396. But hang on a second, I want to show I want to show. So speaking of like the concept of these, what do you call it, safe queens? I don't know the safe queens, but you know, look, I have like my idea is like I bought this turnograph, right, which is, you know, it's all gold. It's like pretty much mint condition.
Wow, this is amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
I like
it's and this is like 1970. It's all mint, and but I do wear it. I mean, but when I wear it, you know, I got to be pretty careful. It does have, you see, it's got a couple scratches in the back, but you know, the main thing is the bezel. You know, I want to keep it very
yeah.
crisp. But you know what? Here's the thing. I mean, you know, it's like I'm not, you know, this type of watch. I mean, yeah, I want to keep it crisp, whatever. But you know what? At the end of the day, I want to enjoy it, and it's not that much money where like it's going to make a big difference.
Oops. He drop off. Okay, we're waiting for him to jump on. I mean, he probably pressed something wrong. It happened to me yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the difference between my turnograph is, you know, if that thing gets scratched up or whatever, it's not that much of a big deal. It's more of a vintage piece. You know,
Yeah.
it's worth maybe like 10 grand or whatever. But you know, this watch, you know, you really do need to keep it mint because I mean, shit, this is like a lot of money now. It's like this is like, you know, this is like, you know, big money now. I mean, you know, if you're telling me it's 300 right in this market, if this is going for 300, you know, then hang on a second. Actually, let me look up in Chrono. What's the model? What is this? What's the
yeah, is the yeah, you can write Daytona and then the number is 12 65 29.
Oh, hang on. I'm pulling it up. Hang on one moment. We're gonna get to this. Okay,
Yes.
there we go. Oh god, these are real prices. Okay, so so 200 grand on the low end, basically.
Yes.
Okay. So in Asia, 200. Okay, so that's usually where it's the lowest. Okay, 200.
And
Okay.
I hope one day you come to go one day to my YouTube channel. See, I have two videos I did about this. One unboxing, and I show you the paper of this watch. The paper is so you're going to you know who actually follow Rolex is going to freak out because there's two interesting elements about the papers of this watch. One, the paper is unique for this piece. That is a 24 hours because usually Rolex is lazy on the you know when you the new unboxings of the Rolex, usually the papers are the same for all the watches. you know
Yeah.
what I mean. And this one actually is unique for this piece. You do see the 24 hours. You do see all kind of elements for that. And the second, a very unique thing is that the papers is writing in Japanese because the watch got brought in Japan. So
Oh wow. Okay.
so yeah, so the user menu is in Japanese, and today, if they have a watch like this in Japan, I believe they do. Like I said, you can find everything today in the gray market. So maybe this watch is in Japan that maybe came from Italy or maybe came from the United States. You know, most likely it might not be a one that came to Japan and so and appear in the gray market. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, so you wear it a couple times now. So what are your plans? Like, when do you plan to sell it? What if, like, are you going to sell it no matter what? Like, let's say in 6 months, because you know, even at 200 grand, you know, you're getting into kind of a number where it's like, wow, you know what? You could do a lot of things for 200 grand. You can really buy a lot of stuff, a lot of watches for 200 grand. A good, like other watches. Like what
No,
is your plan?
well, I mean, the plan is now is actually the market to buy watches in the gray market, not really sell them, because the market is pretty weak, as you know. And to see this craziness, this crazy price in a weak market, you're absolutely right. So I'm waiting for the market to get stronger. I believe maybe 6 months, a year from now, and
Okay.
and then see how crazy become, and then we can decide, because there is rumors really that this watch can come to 600K, maybe even over that. But if it's over, watches that passing the million, you don't really want to sell it in gray market, because they're going to hit you with 400, 500K, basically, they're going to take like 30, 40%,
Yeah.
So,
No,
so
no, this is definitely like an auction type of watch at some point, but yeah, no, you making a good point. I mean, if this thing is going for, a couple $100,000 right now, which is basically a 3x premium, 3 times, 4 times almost retail, it's pretty good. Now, let's get back to the Meteorite. Now, what made you decide to get the Meteorite GMT? Like, you had other stuff, right?
yeah, well, I'm going to actually start like this. Wait a second. I'm going to show you. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to show you this one, the one that nobody likes.
Yeah. You said nobody likes this one.
Yeah, well, it was. This is the white gold.
Smurf, right?
ROLEX, and it was discontinued in 2020. I bought this watch in 2017, and I paid for this watch retail that was, I think, 30. I think in American dollars was 35 or 34K. At the time that you could buy that watch in the gray market for less than 20. That watch was a dog in the gray market. It's of course a solid white gold, but it was a dog. I decided to buy that watch in that Rolex AD to build a relationship with Rolex. Okay. Actually, to maybe get a Panda Steel Daytona. That was because the Panda Daytona was the hardest thing that time. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy this one, and after that, I'm going to ask for a Panda Daytona. So instead of asking that, I actually asked for the blue Sky Dweller that came out in 2017. So I asked for that watch, and and it took time for them to get that watch for me. They called me in the almost end September, October of 2011. Of 2018. A year later, almost like a year plus later. And I didn't have enough money to get, because the restaurant was a little bit shady that time. That I needed some money to pay some stuff, and I declined the watch. I declined the watch with a stupid excuse that I have this watch is gold. I want to buy gold only. So I don't know. The guy looked at me a little bit weird, but it seems he passed through. A couple of months later, was already 2019. This watch came out. And then I said, if it's still okay, listen, this is gold. I want this watch. It's historic for me. It's important. Please get me that watch. So he put me on the list, but I didn't really believe if I ever going to get that piece.
That's squeaking. What is that squeaking? What do you got? What you got, like a mouse that you're stepping on or something? What is that noise? What's that? What is that noise? The squeaking. There's a squeaking.
Yeah. Sorry about it. This is my parrot. I have a bird.
Oh, you got a parrot?
Yeah, I have a parrot and a cat. So they talk to each other.
That's a good combination. That's a good combination. Leave the two alone.
Yeah, and before you why the cat don't eat the parrot, you should say why the parrot don't eat the cat, because the cat is terrified of the bird.
Okay. Thank you, Dexterous $3 super sticker. What is a super sticker? I don't know what that is actually.
Is when you're checking your phone, you see a emoji, something moving.
Oh, okay. I don't know how this works. But no, this is interesting. Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me get to the bottom. Okay, so the Smurf, to me, it's not my taste. It's not my taste. I think it's kind of like, I don't know. And again, you got too many. You got multiple of these Submariners. What do you need to have so many? But the thing is, look, at the end of the day, you're getting these watches at the right price. So like, it's like money in the bank. You can make money on all the stuff. It's like, you really can't lose.
But there is something interesting. You're right.
And also, I should add, the other thing is I understand where you're going, because when you buy that watch, which is it could be considered a bit of a dog, then the dealer, he realizes, oh, you're like a serious collector, and it opens up the door, and then he sells you the Daytona that he's not going to sell to anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's worth it.
But came up to be something interesting, and this is what became famous in the watch community, because soon I'm going to continue the story with this one. I got this in 2020, and because I didn't believe, by the way, that I would ever get this watch, I bought Tudor and Panerai and other watches, and that was a mistake. My wife's still upset with me that I bought a lot of how you call it, cheaters, because I needed to be more focused, but I didn't know. After I got this Meteor dial, I started to get Rolex every year. Every year I started to get a new piece. So he built the relationship. But here is something that I'm going to do in my hand that you're going to understand that I became famous for in the watch community. Is they call this the trio. Okay, so they call this the trio.
Let me come off the screen.
Okay, so this trio is what became super famous in the watch community, because this Smurf is the best. Till today, we consider the best Submariner that Rolex ever made. This GMT is the best GMT that Rolex ever made. And of course, the Platinum Daytona, we consider the best Daytona that they ever made. Of course, we're going to skip the LeMans, but basically, this is the trio that came up to be famous. It's like in Rolex, the most famous, how we say, I'm not going to say the best, but the best free sport Rolex that Rolex made. So it's the Sub, the GMT, and the Daytona. We all know this trio, and a lot of people build this trio in the steel version with a Panda Daytona, a normal Pepsi, and probably a Summit or a no date Sub. And here you have a trio in precious metal. By the way, my hand is very heavy. This is very heavy pieces right now. So what do you think about this? This is
okay. No, this is very interesting. So okay. So this is basically, you had a whole plan, you had a whole strategy, you had a philosophy to saying that I'm going to acquire the full trio. Was that your goal?
Yes.
From the beginning.
Yes, I had this kind of strategy in the beginning, back in 2017. So I did thought about the Platinum Daytona, but instead of Meteor dial GMT, that time actually was the white gold with the black dial. It's still quite boring GMT, but it was the best GMT at the time. So, but it was the idea to have the best Sub, the best GMT, and the best Daytona. I mean, to do the trio.
When did you get that idea in mind? Because you started off, I mean, you basically started off with a bunch of shitters. I mean, you still have the shitters, but how did you go? How did you make the leap? How did you make the leap from an accumulation of shitters to a clear strategy of having this the power trio, so to speak?
Well, it all started. I mean, like I said, I'm going to take this out of the equation because this one I got in 2017. The shaders I started to buy in 2017, 18, 19, and up to 2020. The shaders stop from this watch.
Okay.
Because I always I started to buy other watches, but I always kept this. This watch, by the way, was retail for 42 K. So I always had this 42 K in the safe in the side, and every extra money that passed that, let's say if I had the 50K, so I bought I spent 10K for the Panerai. I had the 55K. I spent the 5K to buy a bunch of Seikos. You understand the story. I always have that save, left the money for this piece in case he called me that I don't believe he ever going to call me. Because he called me, by the way, a year and a half later for this piece.
Okay. So basically, you were hoping to get this, but in the meantime, you ended up, basically wasting a bunch of money on shitters. This is what happened to me and this Jacques Dro. The Jacques Dro's.
Listen, he called me. When he called me for this watch, I remember this like it was yesterday. It was in November of 2020.
Okay.
I think it was November 17th of 2020. He called me for this watch. Now,
wow. The day that we live in infamy, just like the Pearl Harbor.
No, the reason I remember is because I just came 2 days. I just came 2 days earlier from a Seiko event. I went to a closed Seiko event because I just bought free 4 Seikos, you know. And
what do you need 3 or 4 Seikos for?
It was in 2020. It was the 55th anniversary of the Seiko divers. Yeah, so I just like I said, I never going to get that. I didn't believe. So let's build a relationship with Seiko. Let's buy some Seiko. So I bought the Seikos. I got invited for a Seiko event that it was in Ginza in a very expensive hotel, so the food, everything was for free. It was actually amazing. But anyway,
sushi? They have badass sushi.
Yeah, like a very kind of traditional Japanese food. Everything was on Seiko. Like I said, only for VIPs to buy special Seikos. And I actually did order. I said they're going to come next week. I'm going to buy. They just had I think the 62 mass, a limited edition that they did, and it was about almost like $8,000 watch to buy. Very, very limited edition, very special for Seiko. But the truth is, if
wait, let me ask you, Marcello. Here's the thing. Now you got some like really right now. You have some real heavy hitters, right? You got these. I think you have also like basic, some basic Rolex. Like what do you have? I think you have like a regular Submariner, right? You have some regular daily type stuff.
I have the.
So why don't you make your wife happy and get rid of all the shitters? I mean, they're taking up space. It's bad feng shui.
I wanted, but you know what? The Seikos that I have, I think I pay for them 1,500, 1,200, 1,500. They are not cheap, right? And and in Chrono 24, they selling that pieces, some of them over the price that I pay because they are all limited edition special pieces. Some pieces selling for even 500 more than I pay for it. It's great. The problem is that I go to the fucking Japanese gray market. Japanese don't appreciate Seikos. The gray market, they don't give a shit about the Seikos. There is zero appreciation for this watch, and they offer me $150. So I said, get out of here, fuck you.
Wow, that's like 10 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to sell you that piece for $150.
Okay,
get out of here.
Yeah, I get it. Have you thought about maybe eBay? putting up on eBay, or you don't want to deal with the punters from eBay?
Maybe, maybe when you come here, we talk about it. Maybe you can.
I'm not buying them. I'm not buying them. No, I'm not, I don't.
Not
I'm not talking. I don't want to talk
No,
about Seikos.
No, you didn't understand what I said. Maybe when you come here, we're going to meet, we take picture. Maybe you're going to tell me how I do this in eBay, or what is a good way.
No, I don't know. No, I don't. I want to have nothing to do. I want to have nothing to do with Seikos or any shitters. I don't want to. I don't want to take up any brain space. I don't want to devote any mental capacity to shitters. Only Patek, Rolex, AP. Good quality stuff.
I'm going to show you a funny thing. That again, I did so many mistakes, and I agree 100% with what you say. Look, when this was discontinued, and still it was discontinued in 2020. Again, I heard it's going to be discontinued, and I bought this again before. I bought this is the Tudor Black Bay 58 and the Smurf. So I have these two watches.
Yeah.
And usually you buy this when you couldn't afford this. That was the rumor. And
that's an interesting contrast. I like that. So it's an interesting combination. Maybe you should keep that. I don't really care for, I'm not a fan of Tudor, but it's a good, that would make sense to keep, because you have this kind of like, you kind of have this story. Yeah, Tudor is always money in the bank. Tudor is always
maybe and also in 2020 I already had the idea of making because it was the epidemic, it was the COVID, and that time I already had the idea that I wanted to do be a watch YouTuber. I wanted to talk about watches, and I already had all this, like you said, all the sheeters and all the watches that I had. So pretty much a good library of watches to make videos for,
Oh, okay.
So that's why I also follow a lot of watches and started to buy a lot of watches. The problem is I didn't know I'm going to be stuck with them, but I bought a lot of watches.
So this guy, I didn't know about this new eBay policy. Anything over $3,000 goes to an authenticator, which is kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Actually, it's funny. I sold my Rolex on eBay. Like that was actually that's how I joined eBay, because I was going. This is like years ago. This is like 2004. This is like, oh shit, I feel old now. It's 20 years ago. So I had at that time I had 3 watches, and I was like, I'm not wearing watches because everybody started using, their phone. I'm using my phone. I thought, wow, the watch market is going to collapse because everybody's using their phone. So I figured, let me sell it. And somebody said, oh, you should sell it on this thing called eBay. And I had the whole box set. I bought it, used, and I sold it. I took the pictures, and it was good. I sold it. I think a dealer probably bought it, and I think I made like $500, $800 on it. In the time I had it, so I was very happy. And it's probably it was what is it, a Datejust? It was one of those like a basic Datejust with a Roman dial, white dial, Roman numerals. So it's probably now worth like, I don't know, $5,000, $4,000. I think it was like 2,800.
Now I'm going to figure out how to get rid of all the other watches, because the problem is like I said, with Rolex now, the guy basically called me. I have a relationship with one Rolex boutique only, that Rolex that I told you, and he called me now nearly every year for a new piece. And you don't want to say no because you want to continue the relationship. The problem is it's starting to be pricey. Rolex increased prices, and it's starting to put you up. How the fuck are going to collect the money now for watches? So you need to get rid of other pieces.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to bite the bullet, get rid of the shitters, because also, you know what? It's good to only have just the good stuff. Like the Japanese, they're very into the quality, so they want to own only quality. So if you have only the quality, your mind is only going to be focused on the quality watches and not, you know, like the, you know, whatever, the Seikos or whatever crap, you know, it's better. But okay, Marcelo, I'm gonna I gotta wrap it up. It's getting late here. It's 10 o'clock my time here. So hang on a second. I'm gonna be wrapping up. Thank you for all the punters. Sadly, we had no Patek. We had no show and tell of Patek, but we did have some heavy hitter Rolex. So fee is not 50, 6.
Yeah, this is
okay.
This is the what I wanted to say. By the way, this was discontinued last year. Is the new ceramic? We call this the Pepsi. The new ceramic Cerachrome Sab. They actually changed the case to 41 from the Smurf that is actually
okay. This is a 40. This is the 41 millimeter case on this.
Yes, yeah. Now, what changed? The new one, this green is now more lime green. So this darker green.
You know,
was this.
The thing with these new Submariners, even the old ones, you know, I'm not a fan of the Submariners, but now they're getting so much big. It's like I think the proportions are off. You know, it's much like the lugs are wider. It's like it looks like a very bulky. The sides, if you turn to the side of the case, it's not elegant. You know, it's like
you're absolutely right in one thing, and it's actually funny you said that. Is this is steel is lighter than, of course, the gold that I have, the Smurf. The Smurf is more comfortable for me to wear than this one, just because everything is more wide here.
Yeah,
everything is pretty bulky and wide here, and when you wear this, you almost feel heavier, if it makes sense. You know, just because it's wide.
No, it's a bulky. I mean, the case. I actually think the case design on these new watches it's kind of ugly. It's very like if you turn to the side of it, it's like, you know, it's just very. I mean, it's just very. I don't know. It's just it's just like a block of metal. You know, it's like the old one was slightly better, but they're going very. You know, they're going just like. I don't understand it. You know,
I think even by the way, even the Smurf, this one that came out, I think back in 2008, they released this as a 100th anniversary piece of Rolex. First time they introduced actually this kind of case. Actually, no, before they introduced it in 2004, actually in the GMT. But even this case, everybody actually talking about the pre-2000, let's say the 1990s, as the best Submariners and the best GMTs that was released ever in cases and everything. Was way more elegant, even comparing to this, because even this was very bulky. You know?
Yeah, the only problem, the problem with the older Rolexes is the bracelets were kind of cheap, and the clasp was disgusting. You know, that fold over metal clasp, which is like really, really horrible. I mean, it's like the case itself is great, but the bracelet, the other stuff was, but that's it. Okay, Marcelo, I got to wrap it up. I got to get ready for tomorrow. It's already late. It's late. What is it? 10:30 almost. So thank you, Marcello. Thank you for all of the punters, for the super chat people. Very, highly appreciate. What do they call the support? The support. Thank you for supporting the channel. It's all about the community.
When you have a chance, maybe later in a private chat or something, I can give you my private phone number, and then you can always contact me, especially if you're going to come to
on the WhatsApp. Yeah. How do I contact you? On YouTube, I send you a thing on YouTube. Oh, hang on. Stay on the thing. Stay on the thing. Let me end the screen. Stay on the thing.
After the show, I can give you my number.